I just started a group on Facebook, and I'm going to put this on my group page, but also on other pages, and you can share this with people. I started this group because the people in this room and myself had a horribly wonderful experience with somebody who I believe is a full-fledged narcissist. I never knew there could be people like that on this earth. I really didn't. But over 13 years ago, a lady came to one of our churches up north, North Florida, and she came with a fella who was in his 20s at the time, I think around 24. And she said, "Pastor John, this is my son. I used to bring my children with me when you minister." She said, "Every time you came to our region," which was on the coast, she said, "I brought my kids," and you know, he was young then, you might not remember, but he used to come. And she said, "Pastor John, we need help." And I was praying to God for help. And she said, "I heard God say, bring him to Pastor John. Pastor John will help him." And for 13 years, we did. And he had problems that you didn't know if they were true or not. So because of that, you have to do all the things in the natural besides the spiritual. And the first problem that we noticed he had was every time that we had a chance to go forward, he would act like he's dying. He had more strokes than anybody you know. He was dying, he was fainting, he was shaking, he was having a heart attack. It was always, and it was always at a time when we had a chance to get blessed. And I said to our close people in the room here, and a few others, I said, "Don't you think it's strange that he always is dying at a time that we have a chance to go forward?" He couldn't stand not being the center of attention. He had a girlfriend. They got engaged to be married. He wanted me to take him through pre-marriage counseling. Maybe 4 or 5 times they got close to me thinking about maybe they're ready now. But every time that happened, he would do something to stop the wedding. One time we got so close, somebody bought the expensive wedding dress. Somebody paid thousands of dollars for the venue. Somebody else was going to pay thousands of dollars, because they had to have a fancy wedding. They had to have 150 people. They didn't have a pot to pee in, but they wanted to have a fancy wedding. Somebody paid for the photographer, somebody paid for the DJ, everything. The bride is so happy now, we're going to get married. At the last minute, he did something to stop it because he couldn't stand that his fiancée was getting more attention than him. Several years ago, we were having a meeting at my house. And he kept doing things to hurt people that were trying to help him. And I thought to myself, could he be saved? And I even asked him, I said, "Don't you have a conscience?" "What do you mean?" I said, "How can you keep hurting people that love you and are trying to help you, and you hurt them?" But my question is, I don't understand why you don't feel bad about it. How could you keep hurting people that are trying to be nice to you and it don't even bother you? Self-centered. Listen, and this is what I learned. They have no empathy. It doesn't even bother them that they're hurting people. That's sad. So I was saying all these symptoms, and let me tell you who helped me. You. My Facebook friends. You started putting posts about a narcissist and your experience. And I started reading them 12 and a half years ago. And I started thinking, oh my goodness, that's the person. He's a narcissist. We sent him to doctors. We sent him to psychiatrists. And me and his fiance, us, were paying for him to get help. Then we sent him for deliverance. And that's the final straw. Because anytime a person doesn't want to get free, when they're getting close to getting free, they will either change or flee. And I put him finally, and once I realized I was dealing with a narcissistic person, we sent him to the psychiatrist and paid for it. It was a lady, the first one, he had a couple. And this is what she said. She said, I don't know anybody that'll help you more than your pastor and your church has. He loved the attention. It's very sad. So, in my teachings about freedom from the Jezebel influence and my videos I have about the narcissist, I want to help these people get free. But what I found out is, if they don't want to get free, I want to help the people who they're hurting to get healed from it. And I want to expose it to prayerfully help people not to get hurt by it anymore. It turned out that his girlfriend, fiance, became an enabler. He didn't want to get, I put him in a corner where he had to either get free, flee, or her eyes would be opened up. Only one of the three happened. He fled. And then he drew her away too, because she was, she must be sick also. She was a passive aggressive. And she enjoyed catering to him, and pampering him, and he's dying, Pastor John, no, he's sick, he's hurt. And wait till she has some children, and the children need the attention. Maybe then it'd be too late for her eyes to be open. It was a big baby. Watch my videos on my YouTube channel called, and if you see a word I have narcissist, watch them all. I want to expose the works of the devil. I want to expose the works of Jezebel. And guess what? His girlfriend had an opportunity. She could have learned. Every single person in her family and his family told her to get away from him. We warned her. And that thing had such a strong hold on her, she couldn't break free from it. She fled. And you know what? When she left, when I was praying for her, guess what I saw? I saw her sinking in quicksand. What can I do? All right. I don't want to be mean, but I want you to, I'm glad you're a group member if you are. If you're not, you can become a group member, but I want you to read the rules. Let me say some of them. No bullying. No bullying. No arguing with other group members that made a comment or no arguing. We don't want none of your sarcastic remarks making fun of the people who were hurt by it. No. I am a Christian pastor, so we don't want you to promote any other religion besides Christianity. If you are a doctor, a psychiatrist, a minister, a professional, and you have a business or a book or a video that can help the people in our group, you're welcome to share it. I want the people on the group to get all the help they can from whoever they can get it from. And the one that will help the most, his name is Jesus. So no bullying. Don't promote any other religion besides Christianity, because there's no other way but Jesus. No arguing. If you're nasty, I know where the delete button is. We want people to grow and to help one another. We don't want any critical, judgmental business. We want people healed and free, and we want to expose that thing to help people from getting involved, from getting hurt. And once they got hurt, we want them healed, and hopefully they'll want to get delivered. But if they don't, we're going to fight for the people who do. We don't want war. We don't want the war that's going on in countries now. We want to first try to prevent the war. But if they're going to start the war, then we're going to try to help the innocent victims. That's called Christianity. All right, share the video. Send a member request. Follow me on my Facebook pages. There's all the information on the screen. And partner with us. The Good Ministry to partner. And also, I'm producing a DVD set called Freedom from the Jezebel Influence. It's on cassette tape here. We're putting it on DVD. If you want to know how you can get it, email me at the address on your screen. All right, we're out of time. I want to pray for you. Lord, for these people and the post that I'm saying, they've been hurt and wounded, abused by toxic control freaks and narcissistic, heartless type people. God help them. Protect them. I want to say this again. If you know anybody who's in a relationship with that type of a person, warn them. If they're a young person and you know their parents, warn their parents, because this thing will not only hurt that person, it'll destroy the whole family or a business or your finances. You know, in the ministry, I've learned over the years, in the room here, I have some nice proteges. And we need to learn to discern the difference between a protege and a parasite. A protege will want a parasite wants what's in your hand. A protege wants what's in your heart. I'm getting emotional. Lord, help these people. Lord, whosoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. Help them call on you. What if you're in that situation? Well, I don't want to take no more time. Watch all my videos that you say the word narcissist or Jezebel. Okay, we do love you, and we want to stay friends. We're out of time. Say amen.